One day before Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 drops, we got hit with the final teaser. And honestly, the timing couldn't be worse because I was already working on a Huggy Wuggy analysis. You might actually see 2 videos from me back to back. We need to understand why MOB Entertainment released this teaser now, and more importantly, what role this character plays in the bigger narrative. Based on everything we know about the alleged toy war happening inside the factory, I think this new character is deeply connected to that conflict. Specifically, I believe he's working for the prototype. Why do I think that? Go back to the restricted condemnation video. That footage picks up right after the Hour of Joy ends. Jessica Newman and Preston Willard are arguing when suddenly one of the toys hears them from outside the room. Their conversation gets cut short. But here's the detail that matters now. The ending shows Preston running directly into a massive toy. And yes, we can confirm it's the same creature from the latest teaser. But notice what doesn't happen. Preston doesn't get torn apart immediately. Instead, when you compare the condemnation video's ending with the restricted salvation video, something feels deliberate about that encounter. In Salvation, the prototype talks to Preston. He says he was glad Preston was there when he needed him, and now he can be there for Preston always. He's talking about Preston helping with the Hour of Joy.
So glad you were there
when I needed you.
Preston, now I can be there for you. Always.
So, if that meeting between Preston and the new toy wasn't planned, how would that creature know to bring Preston back to the prototype? I was going to question whether Preston is even alive, but when have we ever seen an experiment created from a dead body? Thomas Clark was dying before he became Brawn. He was just old and sick. Theodore Gramble was near death before he turned into CatNap. The guy got electrocuted both as a kid and in his cat form. Could the same process apply to Preston? And if it does, is this new experiment simply the prototype's servant? Someone who carries out whatever mission the prototype assigns? Let's talk about the first times we saw this character. He appeared in the Chapter 5 ARG and in the background image on the end of the Rope website, the one that counted down to the Chapter 5 trailer. That brings us to an important question. What does this character actually look like? He's in the same situation as the prototype. We only have fragments of his appearance. But the clearest connection, especially from the ARG teaser, is that this character relates somehow to Huggy Wuggy and Kissy Missy. Does that mean when Huggy and Kissy were being manufactured, this toy was also created because of their success? I don't think the fact that we're only seeing him now means he was rejected or scrapped. Remember, DogDay got teased pretty late before Chapter 4 released, and he turned out to be one of the most significant toys. Kids loved him back when the factory was running, and now the toys that side with him also consider him crucial. The difference is the context has shifted. Now it's about survival. So, if this new character is gearing up for a major role in the story, what would that role be beyond possibly serving the prototype? Think about the names Huggy Wuggy and Kissy Missy and how Playtime Co. marketed them to children. This is a TOY first. If we ignore all the horror and death that happened in the factory, what would make this toy's existence matter? Well, look at the pattern with Playtime CO. Experiments. As the experiment numbers increased, the complexity grew. DogDay was made from 3 different children and somehow functioned in the factory until we showed up. Now look at the website background from the ARG. There's a specific detail here. This new toy appears to have a single eye. Playtime CO was clearly following that pattern of increasing complexity. At one point, I considered whether the prototype created this character, which could explain why it's helping him now. But the ARG teaser breaks that theory. It wouldn't make sense for a Playtime Co. promotional video to feature this character if the prototype was the one who made it. So instead of focusing on lore origins, let's think about gameplay. How will we interact with this character once Chapter 5 launches? Based on everything we've discussed, is this toy's goal to capture us? If so, that would be a first. Every previous experiment we faced just wanted to kill us immediately. We've never dealt with the threat of being taken somewhere. Well, except for Poppy in Chapter 2. That's one reason I want to see her dealt with. Poppy was kidnapped by Mommy Longlegs in Chapter 2, and I still don't understand why Mommy did that. But usually, it's been simple. Run, fight, or die. And honestly, it seems like we're not even doing this for ourselves. Poppy dragged us into this nightmare. With everything we've discussed about the Playtime Toy War in previous videos, it really looks like Poppy forcibly recruited us for her side of this conflict. And then the main ally we had gets killed by us, and Poppy just runs away. But going back to how we'll interact with this new character, will he move like Yarnaby? Maybe similar to how Huggy moves? Possibly. I think this character would be perfect for stealth encounters. Imagine a massive red brick wall of an experiment that could crush us instantly, just wandering through the labs, either hunting for us or guarding a critical area. And if that's not how Chapter 5 plays out, we still need to ask this: will we defeat this toy in Chapter 5? And if we do, will we be the ones who kill it? I genuinely didn't expect to cause Yarnaby's death in Chapter 4, especially after seeing how powerful and aggressive he was during our first encounter. Actually, he was smashing his head through glass. So looking back, those same qualities were used against him. We swung across a chain, and Yarnaby caught himself on a hook and fell into the molten metal below. With a character as large and mysterious as this new one, I hope we get an intense chase sequence that somehow ends with me holding firepower strong enough to take him down. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments.